Hey there. Welcome back to the Golf Week Amateur Tour, the podcast. Chris, should we tell people how to join the tour?
Of course. Whether you're a seasoned member or just tuning in to learn more, we're here to help you dive into the ins and outs of the tour. If you've been on the fence about joining, there's no better time than now. It's a fantastic way to play competitive golf, meet other passionate golfers, and step up your game.
Registration is open. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And if you want to keep up with all things Golf Week Amateur Tour, make sure you're subscribed and listening to the podcast on your favorite platform. Don't forget to download each episode, share it with your golf buddies, and if you're enjoying the show, drop us a like and a review. Your feedback helps us grow the community and reach more golfers just like you. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hey, Chris, welcome back. It's good to see you. Glad to see you're back from your first trip to Arizona.
Yeah, man. It was a fun trip. We'll talk about it later on the show, but it was a good time. Family enjoyed it, and I've never been out there. And the views were what they say, just spectacular Red Rock Mountains. And if they do it again next year, I would really consider going.
That's the first. I thought that was one that you went to, maybe not every year, but on a regular basis. But
no, what really sold it was Seven Canyons, private course up there.
Okay.
To the point that you have to go through the gate and hope that they know that there's a golf tournament because it's that private. So that's what kind of made me decide to go up there. Great time, great people out there, amazing staff at both courses, and it was a good time out there. That's
awesome. And again, you took the family, but you're heading back that way in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But you had a good day, a good 2 days, and obviously we'll talk about that later. But it is, even though I'm gonna give you shit about it, it is good. It was good to see that you played well for 2 days in a row.
Yeah. I feel like we keep saying it, but I think later on the episode you're going to wait and hear what we talk about, because I think a lot of people need to hear it, and if you're on the fence about it, I have changed my mind and fully support what the decision was. So we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Awesome. Spent this past weekend at Fripp Island. We're going to talk to those winners, and I'm just telling you, if you like Hilton Head, you would love Fripp Island. And if you've not played Fripp Island, you need to make sure that is 100% on your schedule for next year. And I know we say that about a lot of these regionals,
right?
But I mean, when you watch the interviews, because I did them outside, I mean, you're going to be able to see just a small bit of what I'm talking about. But anyway, nice. Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
I mean, the pictures that they post online, they make them look fantastic. So I'm open to any regionals that we want to go to, and we'll definitely pencil that one in.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golf Week Amateur Tour proudly presents Golf Week Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golf Week Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
Welcome back. We are officially 6 months into the new year. At the end of when this comes out, it's the last day of the month. It's Happy 4th of July. I'm not going to hell for missing that one.
I don't think we'll ever miss that one, or our memorial episodes.
Never.
But we will miss the ones that are more important.
I don't know if there's anything more important than some of those, but I mean, I think
Mother's
they've
Day
got,
is more important than all of those. Let's be
well, you're
real.
right. Let's be real with that one. Okay, I'll give you that.
Father's Day, if we miss Father's Day, we'll get a pass for that one. We miss Mother's Day, and we hear from every mother and wife out there.
Exactly. So we can't do that. Obviously, lots of good stuff going on. Yesterday, obviously we're not recording this on the day that it goes out, but yesterday, Dennis and Jennifer did get a bit of good news, which is good, but they still got a long way to go. But anytime we can get some good news from them right now, it's a good day. So what's going on with you? Anything good
Everything's good.
before we get started? Everything's good?
Yeah, man.
You sure?
Um,
Well, I'm not sure. We'll talk about it later.
All right. I already know, but we'll talk about it later. We'll tease it.
But yeah, it's a good tease too. Well, I did go to Fripp Island this past weekend and interviewed the winners. So we've got Fripp Island winners on this episode, and we got a Champlain player shot 64 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was big news, especially if it comes from Dennis all the way down to our desks. It trickles down pretty far, but it's good news for us, at least.
Well, it is, and it's good news for him. I mean, shoot, 64. I mean, I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear about the round, and that's getting into numbers that are really so rare. I think maybe we've had like 10 64s ever,
Something like that.
something like that. So that's a really good, really big deal, and it actually comes from our friends up in Minneapolis, and Matt. So let's just go ahead and welcome them in. Matt Fossey and Kurt Lambert, champ flight from Minneapolis.
You've done this before.
I have. I've actually done it once or twice. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Glad
thanks
to
for
be
having
here.
us, guys.
Well, Kurt, thanks for shooting 64. You made
You made our job easier finding a guest.
heck of a lot easier. I mean, and anytime people can make my life easy, I love them for it. So thank you
There we
so much.
go. No problem.
So is 64 your lowest round ever?
It is. Yeah. It was 8 under and the bogey-free round. So yeah, I've never done that in my life. Matt was there with
Bogey-free
me.
64.
We were playing together. So yeah, it was
How much
fun to
money?
watch. Crazy.
How much money did you take from him?
$60. Well, that was the pot of the champ plate. It wasn't much that week, unfortunately, but
Okay.
it's all right.
Yeah, you picked
I'm
the
there
wrong
for-
week.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, I'll take a 64 any week. I mean, anytime, right?
yeah.
So tell us about the round. I mean, because obviously, when you have a round like that, I mean, it's special. And my guess is you started feeling something early on in the round, and things just kind of started falling into place.
Yeah. I mean, I started off with 3 birdies right in a row. And,
Wow.
obviously playing with Matt. Matt is obviously a great golfer as well. So we like to battle it back and forth. Yeah, right. We like to battle it back and forth every time we get to play with each other. And, it's pretty neck and neck. So to beat him is obviously hard. You got to make a lot of birdies. And, it's you just got to have fun while you're at it too. So, right off the bat, had 3 birdies in a row. I've never really done that before, have 3 birdies right away. So that's obviously good to have, good momentum for the round to start that off right away. And then on hole 5, I made another one. So I was 4 under right away through 5. And at that point, I'm like, well, let's just keep making birdies, see what else I can do. So yeah, that's how it started. It started
Right.
good though.
So was there ever a time that you got a little bit of luck?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're gonna shoot, anytime you're gonna shoot something low, you got to get lucky here and there. I mean, the one time specific that I can remember that I made birdie on a par 3, Matt remembers this too, but we both had probably, I mean, you were farther out, probably 60 feet at least.
Oh, yeah.
a putt.
And, he was happy to see that because I gave him a sweet read.
Yeah. So Matt was I'll quickly run over this. Matt was 60 feet out. I was probably 45, 50 feet out. And Matt's putt obviously went right on the line that I was gonna go over, and he gave a good run at it, and then I'm like, well, saw that, and then it was a quick one and went all the way downhill, and it went in. So that for birdie, so on a par 3, and I was looking 4 or 5 in the face if that didn't hit the pin and go in. So yeah, there was a couple out there that you got to make long putts if you're gonna go low. So
Yeah. So Matt, as you're watching, you said it was fun to watch. What was fun about it? Because again, when you shoot that low, that's special. And go back to national championship a few years ago when you guys played out at Hampton Hall. We had a bunch of really low scores.
Yeah.
Compare the round with Kurt with that for us as well.
Well, anytime, again, you're shooting that low, it's just, you're on point. I mean, and that's what he was the other day. It was ridiculous. Every shot went where it was supposed to, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2. But yeah, I mean, for us up here in Minnesota, our course is a little bit different. This one was set up perfect for Kurt. But compared to national championships, shooting a good score at nationals is obviously a little bit different. You got a lot more guys in the field and a little more pressure, I'd say, right? The only pressure when Kurt shot this number he shot the other day was the fact that when we first met, we met on that golf course. And,
Oh wow!
And it went the other way for Kurt that day. So I got to take his lunch that day. So he was out for revenge. And from hole 1, it was clear that he was going to get it. But it was a blast to watch. I mean, he hit the ball where he needed to, and then he made the putts. It was great golf. And so as far as that luck goes, you talked about that long putt that he made.
Mm-hmm.
That's all fine and dandy. We do need a little bit of luck, but he also missed about a 4, maybe a 3.5 footer for birdie as well. So it could have been even better than it was.
That was going to be my next question to you. As golfers, we always come back and say, well, I could have shot a better score. Chris always comes back and says, I could have been 8 under, could have had 9 birdies.
I don't know about that.
But what could have he? I mean, yeah, as a golfer, what was he saying coming off? I could have shot 58, 59.
No, you know what? Well, if you know anything about Curry, he's very chill guy, very humble guy, but great golfer. And so afterwards, he was just stoked. I think that's your best round to date. Is that right, Kurt?
yeah, it was 67. So
Sorry.
it got me.
Before that.
Yeah, before that. But now it's 64. Yeah.
Sorry, I get it, Chris. Yeah,
No,
I agree. Crying up for that. But
Well,
no,
he shot 69 in April at Columbia.
oh yeah,
Columbia Golf.
that is right. I forgot about that.
and
Actually,
that could have been better.
That's how good he is. I forgot about shooting 69. Whoops.
Yeah,
My bad.
I tell you, humble guy, man, but great player. And so, and after the round again, he wasn't crying over spilled milk. What could have been, the true course record, stealing it. He was pleased because what a round. I mean, his best round he shot to date. So he was just happy about it, and so happy that he bought me a shot. I said I'd pay for it, but he wouldn't allow it.
Yep.
That's Kurt. Come on up. We love guys like you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was a course record as well. That's
Yeah. That was a cherry on the top. I didn't know that either. And I ran into the front desk. I'm like, "What's the course record?" And the guy kind of looked at me like I was just pulling his leg, and he's like, I don't really know. Let me call my boss real quick." And then he said 64 was it. So yeah, I tied it with a one guy. So yeah, but yeah, that was cool to hear that too.
Yeah, that's the record still. Don't let him take it from you.
Yeah.
that's right. That's pretty awesome. So you my guess is you guys play together, on tour fairly regularly. Kurt, give us some dirt on Matt, because when he comes down here for national championship, you don't really understand all that goes into it, and I need some ammo when we're sitting on the deck on
Yes,
Wednesday
sir.
and Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, where do I
Remember,
start?
it's a family show, but that's okay. I can still cut some of it out.
No, I mean, obviously Matt's a great guy, and I'm stoked to be in the tour. Like when we played with each other a couple years ago when we met, we went in a playoff together, and he beat me obviously at the course that I got the course record at now, and then so yeah, he gave me the Golf Week card and went from there. But obviously Matt plays a lot of the our state am stuff, qualifiers, state open qualifiers, and all that stuff. So you got to be a good player in order to even qualify for our state opens and state amateurs. So it's a good rival. I think we both know that we're fairly the same golfers, and one of us can go good one week, and one of us can go bad the other week. So I mean, it's always a fun little battle. But I don't know. I don't really have dirt. I wish I had more, but
I don't believe you. So do you play in any of the state am type things as well?
Yeah. I actually just qualified for the state am on Monday. So
Links at North
exciting.
Fork.
Yeah, I got in.
Boy.
So yeah.
Good for you.
And then state open was yesterday. I missed it by 2 shots, but luckily we have a second chance qualifier, so I'm gonna try that again. But yeah, usually last year I made both, so I'll try
That's
my
awesome.
best again this year.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but Joe Jaspers played in the U.S. Senior Open.
Oh, is that right?
Oh
Yeah.
Jaspers, what a player.
Yeah. Well, he's qualified for U.S. Senior Am, I think, the last 3 years in a row, and then chose to just do the regular Open this year. So obviously, when this comes out, so he's actually playing this weekend. So when this comes out, we'll know. We'll already know how he did. But again, that's a big accomplishment, and again, it goes back to I think the testament to the tour and how well it truly keeps that competition for everybody, but especially you guys as champ flight players, allowing you to compete in those types of events, your state ams, your state opens, and those types of things as well. All kidding aside.
Yeah, that's what I love about the tour as well. Is it gives me the competitiveness what I need. Like obviously battling with Matt gives me that little edge of I want to compete, and it keeps me going. So when I get to these qualifiers, I've had a little practice of competition, and I'm sure Matt can say the same thing. It helps us to prepare for these bigger tournaments. So that's what I love about them, and we get to travel and play different courses, and as a golfer, if the more golf you play on different courses, the better you'll be. And so yeah, I think it's good prep for us.
Absolutely. Just getting the reps, right?
Yeah.
So Matt, what's going on in Minnesota right now? I mean, how long do you have daylight till? 10 o'clock? 10:30?
Yeah. About 9:30. You're pretty much wrapping it up.
Okay.
And I think we've already hit the peak. So now we're going to start going the other way. We're going to start losing time here.
Oh,
I know. We don't have much to start with, and we're already losing it again.
Well, what time does the sun come up, though? I mean, you generally get out in the morning, right?
I mean, 6 a.m. It's probably light enough to be out there, but that's if the course will let you out when the mowers are out there.
just move them out of the way. Yell 4.
I won't aim at you. Promise. This time.
Yeah, if you pay enough, they'll let you out there. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
We got pretty rainy week this week though. It's outside. It's coming down right now. So
that sucks. Well, it's almost too hot here in Hilton Head to play.
Oh, stop.
But I'm
It
just
can never be too hot.
Stop. It's 82 degrees and too hot to play out there.
No, it's
All right.
It's 90s with high humidity.
Oh,
Seriously.
get out of here.
Seriously. I mean, I stay inside all day. I look outside and I said, it looks too hot.
how hot you got it going down there, Chris?
We're in the hundreds.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
No humidity.
Just dry as a bone.
Just dry. You don't even sweat.
You do actually, but it just evaporates so quick you don't even feel it.
So
Okay.
if your shirt's not wet, to me, you didn't sweat. So call me when you start sweating. Let me know when it's that hot.
Ridiculous.
I know. That's what I am.
I
So,
got
Matt.
Yep.
Go ahead, Matt.
We got so for For Kurt 64, these are what we've got him for the trophies here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Fill that up.
Right? It's got the
Sweet.
old Golf Week on the other side.
You better not
And-
give it to him empty.
No, I wouldn't dream of it after his accomplishment.
Yeah.
But then just for a little something for him, we got, look at
Oh,
that.
look at
The
that.
course record
Nice.
64 on
That's
there.
awesome.
Right?
Dude, that's awesome.
So you look forward to receiving this guy.
Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
All right.
And,
Yeah, expect it
and
full now.
Well, of course. I wouldn't do you like that. Come on.
we'll talk about what's good, what he's going to put in it, off air.
Water.
And then when we drink it, you'll have some stories to tell these guys. A little dirt on me after we drink it down.
There you
we
go.
That's awesome. So Matt, with the schedule that you got left, if people are going to be up in your area, what's the one tournament that they can't miss? What's the one course that they cannot miss?
Jeez, that's a good question. I mean, we may have played some already that they shouldn't have missed. But one of my favorites is Keller. And we're going to have a 2-day up there. So we'll be at Keller and Manitou Ridge for the first one. But Keller is, they just put in probably, I don't know, $10 million that course a handful of years ago. And it's just,
wow.
It's in pristine condition all the time. It's just a beautiful track. So that'd be one I would tell guys they got to get out to. But unfortunately, we got one this weekend that it's too late to sign up for, but that's Troy Byrne. And that's actually just over the border in Wisconsin, so Hudson, Wisconsin. But that's a beautiful golf course. It's a Tom Lehman design, and that's one that you shouldn't miss.
Wow. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't think people truly realize. When you get up in that area, upper Midwest, whether it's in Minnesota or Michigan or Wisconsin, the quality of the courses are phenomenal. People just don't truly realize it because you can only play golf for like 3 or 4 months out of the year.
Yeah, I agree. We're spoiled up here. We got courses left and right that are, top-notch golf courses. But you're right. We got such a short season that even golfers like Kurt and I that get out all over town, we still, at the end of every year, we think, oh, man, I wish we could have went and played here or there. But there's just no time.
Yeah. So the other question I got for you, Matt, as a tour director, you have to deal with people changing flights all the time. They want to go up, they want to go down. How do you handle it? Especially say you got an A flight player who says, I want to go back to the B flight. How would you handle that?
Well, first of all, I got to start by giving them a load of crap because, if you made it all the way to the A flight, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all this backsliding. But
Now,
I'll definitely...
what if the A flighter voluntarily moved up?
All right, well, I'll cut them a little bit of slack on that end. But there's always got to be a little bit of ribbing going on.
Oh, there's been plenty.
Oh, is that your situation?
I don't
This
know
is
what he's
new.
talking about. I was just curious. That's usually a ribbing regardless.
Okay, well,
Well,
tour directors shouldn't be allowed to move flights, I don't think. Well,
in the middle of I agree with you. In the middle of season, the only way you can move as a tour director is up to the next flight. That'd be my, that'd be my opinion too.
only up, right?
Jesus Christ.
Only up,
Kurt,
only up, only up.
Just to let you know, what's happening now happens between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. Wednesday night of Nationals, with
yes.
probably 3 bottles of what Matt got you. So
Of what will be
it's a
in
good
here,
time.
That's right.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. Let's change the subject real quick. Going back to your
Of
round.
course, we're gonna change the subject.
When did you know that you had something special going on? Because I'm curious about that.
I think I actually have my score. I brought my scorecard here with me.
I'm
This
looking
is the
at
one
it, too.
Matt did. Yeah. I don't know if the viewers can see this, but I was at one point I was at 6 under through 13. At that point, I've never really, and the whole round was bogey-free too. I've never also had a round bogey-free. So that was obviously special as well. And I had a lot of par saves, but I think once I got off 13, I was 6 under. I'm like, okay, if I squeeze in maybe 1 or 2 more, that could scare the course record, or I mean, I'm already past my personal record. Then when we got to 17, I had about a 20-ish foot putt, and I had no idea which way this putt was going. It was kind of a double breaker. I'm like, just aim at the hole and hit it. And it went in, and then that got me to 7. I'm like, dang, let's go. And then down 18, that was par 5. Hit my second shot, probably 30. I was actually 35 yards out. And I kind of got lucky. It laid a little short, but it jumped forward a little bit and then stopped. And I don't know. I don't know how that shot happened. Matt was watching it too. It spun.
It was awkward. It
was
had
weird.
some stank on it, though.
Yeah, it landed short, but then it hopped up to the hole and kind of spun. So I had about a 6 or 7 foot slider to make it. And I was analyzing that putt for a while, and it just dripped in, and yeah, we were all pretty stoked. And we got to 8 under, but yeah, I didn't think getting it to that point, going off of 16 was possible, but yeah, you got to get kind of lucky.
So what did you want more, the bogey-free round or the possible course record?
Oh, gosh, probably the course record, but I mean, it's slim pickings. I mean, obviously, if you have a bogey-free round, that's pretty impressive as well. I mean, that course is kind of set up perfectly for my game. I hit it fairly straight and not that, incredibly far, and drive the ball maybe 290, 300-ish, and yeah,
That's short for all you guys listening.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
I get that. I get that with the 40-mile gust of wind behind my back.
And that could be 3 shots for me. 290 could possibly be 3 shots for me. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that course is just set up pretty good for me. Nothing really went wrong that day. It's very rare that I can say putting was right, chipping was right, my irons were good, driver was good. So
Nice.
It's rare to say, but yeah, I had a lot of good stuff happen that day.
It was
That's
all
awesome.
working. It was all working.
It was, yeah, and I do feel like I did leave a lot out there too. Like there was hole 8 and 9. 8 at a 10-foot birdie putt and just left it a little short, and then 9, yeah, I had a 4 to 5 footer for birdie and missed it. So could have been 10, but I'm not gonna.
So it could have been 62.
Complain here.
Could have had 10. I could have had 10 birdies. I should have had 10 birdies. Dude, either way, 8 birdies, 10 birdies, whatever. That's still an incredible feat. 8 birdies, no bogeys, course record. You beat Matt.
That was the number one thing here.
Let me say something about that, since you all were getting me. It's really nice when you get to beat Matt. Last national championship. During that night of drinks, there was a couple bets thrown out there, and Matt, how did it end up for you?
Yeah, you guys are breaking up a little bit. Can you hear me yet? Yeah, I know what it's like to lose. Not very often, but yes, I know.
But to a B flighter, though?
Hey, man, all the more reason you should be an A flight. I mean, I don't know why we're both in flights
Oh,
like this.
here we go.
No, he beat me up fair and square. I'll take my lashings when I deserve them.
Well, guys, thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight. I really do appreciate it. Kurt, we going to see you in Hilton Head this year?
I am planning on being there, so yeah, we'll
awesome.
See you guys there. Yeah, I was there a couple years ago.
We gotta win the team game for Minnesota.
Yeah, me and Matt are planning on doing the 2-man. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
So
right.
Hopefully we'll play good and maybe do something special
Kurt.
there.
I'll jump on his back. He can ride me to victory there, right?
We'll ham and hag it.
It's a family show, guys. Family show.
Well, that's part of the key, though. I mean, you two as a pair are. I would put you, in the top echelon of anybody else in Champ Flight. I mean, I don't care whether it's Joe Jaspers or Lance Lacombe or and the guy we talk about all the time from Alabama.
Mm,
You know who I'm talking about. I
yeah.
mean, there's really good champ players all over the country, but when you look at the top tier in for from each tour, you guys are right up there with everybody else.
Agreed.
I appreciate you saying that. So it's
Alright.
about time we get
Yeah.
some dues out here.
Well, I mean, just look at your index right now. So Kurt, you're a -2. Matt, you're a -1.2.
Always second, man. Always second.
Well, that means you just got to work harder. I mean, you got to.
And
All you got
Matt,
to do is shoot 64. And
Yeah,
you'll be
just
fine.
164 and you'll be there.
and Matt,
That's
that
all
means
I
I
got.
get, that means I get 13 strokes.
Oh man, already cashing checks.
We'll talk about it sitting on the deck.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that. I gotta say about Kurt's round. Normally I root for guys, but after about the fourth birdie, I was hoping he'd miss a 3-footer, and of course he didn't. And then after about hole 11, when he made that long birdie putt, then I was back to rooting for him, and I just wanted him to go low. So I got back on board.
So, what was there ever a point in time when you said to him, "Look, I'm not going to tell you nice shot anymore because I'm tired of saying it"?
That happened very quickly.
Very quick.
I mean, about hole 3 after the third birdie. Well, especially because I'm pretty sure that was the hole. He was off to the left, and I thought, oh, all right, he may have a little tree trouble. He knocks it to about 2.5 feet. I mean, ridiculous. And then I was like, man, I can't even root for this guy anymore. I'm wishing bad things, but I turned around on that pretty quick.
Hey, it happens. It happens. All right, guys. Well, again, thanks so much for spending some time with us, Matt. Best to the family. Can't wait to see you guys in October. And
Likewise.
Kurt, good luck the rest of the way. We'll see you here in a couple months.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Tim, it's just awesome to see, or be able to talk to somebody who has a course record at any course. Because, you hear the story of Tiger walking up and saying, where's the first tee and what's the course record? And to be able to say, yeah, I got the course record here. What about it? Is just something cool to talk about. And I'm glad we were able to get them on, because the second that I got the info from Dennis about his round, we had to have him. It was just one of those things that there was not a if or maybe. It was a we need to get you on. And he just seems like a humble guy. Like, my third 60 of the year, and happened to be a course record. Oh shucks.
Yeah, how about that? It's, he's just so humble and laid back. Like, like you heard in there. Oh yeah, I forgot about the 69.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's always best. It's always a greater accomplishment when you beat Matt.
yeah,
I would know.
There's that.
Having that interview and having at least 2 of those guys on that interview beat Matt. It's a good feeling. It really is.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, man. But again, he laid back dude. And why does it seem like the really good champ players are really so laid back? It's funny that when you look at the champ play players, the really really good ones are so laid back. Just like the ones we've interviewed this year. I saw Lance this weekend, how laid back he is. Corbin Holt from Alabama, who I couldn't remember his name in the segment, but Corbin from Atlanta, laid back dude. Matt's laid back dude.
Chris
it's
from
just
Hilton Head.
laid back. I mean, it's just ho hum. Yeah, it's normal kind of day. I shot 64. I was fine with that, but it could have been 62.
But well.
Yeah, and that's just. It's just kind of who they are, and maybe that's something to it. And even David Schmidt, the winner from Fripp Island, who we're getting ready to talk to. He was laid back. Yeah, just kind of a normal day. I just kind of made it through the course. Nothing great, you know. But maybe they're telling us something. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, maybe we're all overthinking it too much. And we get angry and upset. And if we just had that laid back mindset,
Oh my God,
who knows what could happen?
who knows? Well, let's go ahead and talk to these winners, and there's some really good stories in here. You're gonna love them.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Fripp Island, the Ocean Point course. If you like Hilton Head, you're going to love Fripp Island, and if you miss it, you need to make sure you come out here next year. Dave, what are your thoughts on the courses this weekend?
They're good course, and they obviously a little tight, but they're short, so they can have be a little tight. But they get moist.
Well, to protect the course a little bit. So you're from the Charlotte Tour, and we always expect good champ players out of Charlotte. But Ronnie,
There's some good players there. Sure. They're actually good players.
yeah, I know this is your moment, but we do have to mention, Joe Jaspers is playing in the Senior Open.
I'm going to watching next week.
Yeah, you really? Good for you, and wish him well. But this is your moment. So tell us a little bit about the round yesterday. 1/72 on the creek pulls.
Yeah, again, the same sort of thing. Kept it in play for most of the out, and you're going to hit a bad shot here and there, but this time it's pretty straight, and it make a few putts are in there. So you just up and down, it's cheap to go, just steady.
And you come over here to the point course, which I think this is a beautiful course. I think that the creek course is a little bit tougher, but I think this is much more scenic.
Absolutely beautiful.
And you're playing with you got a good foursome with Jeff Long, David Dodge, and T.A. Fulmer. And Long is a guy is going to put pressure on you from the first tee shot on. How's out?
Absolutely, he birdied the first hole, so he was there. I mean, it's Jets obviously if you play it, sorry. I mean, but I was just trying to concentrate on my stuff, and but to keep plugging away at it, keep trying to knock at that door.
Yeah. So going into today, I mean, Jeff had you by 1, and T.A. Fulmer had you by 2. So really, you're right where you wanted to be.
Yeah, like I said, with these tight course like there's anything that can happen, right? Meant to end one, really. I just kept it pretty steady. When I did make a mistake, I, just take your medicine and try to do the best you can. And I managed to put it with.
So what advice? I mean, you've been a champ flight player. What advice would you give to the C and D flight players who they come out and they don't really think their way around courses or the round as much as the champ flight players would do? What advice would you give to that?
I mean, it's all about course management, trying to instead of make a triple bogey, trying to limit to just a bogey. So when you have to punch out, you have to punch out. Some of us have this argument. Sometimes trophies tend to overswing. Right. We're trying to hit it easy with it. So, I mean, that's the advice I already give. Is trying to hit it too hard. Just try to keep it in the middle as much as you can.
So even if that means not hitting driver, I mean, could be hitting an iron or
absolutely, definitely.
So I pick your spot and hit the fairway and give yourself an opportunity.
Exactly, to make we don't have to be all up near the green every time. Right. As long as I think you're in the fairway, I'm going to give you something. Sure.
Yep. Well, David, congratulations on the win today. I really do appreciate you spending some time with us, and have fun out there with
Thank you very much. And obviously, I want to say about Joe. I mean, he's an awesome guy.
He is,
and it's going to be awesome to go watch him play in that senior round.
It's going to be great.
But thanks,
Chuba. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to Fripp Island. And one thing you got to say before we get started is if you like Hilton Head, you're going to love Fripp Island.
Absolutely, 100%.
This place is freaking beautiful.
It is very beautiful. Great golf courses, great atmosphere, fun place to come play.
Yeah, so we're here with the A-Flight champion, Scott Edwards from the Hilton Head Tour. Scott, like we just said, great course. You played Ocean the Creek course yesterday, Ocean Creek, and Ocean Point today. Tell me about Ocean Creek.
Ocean Creek, I had a really good solid day ball striking wise and sticking to my game plan. So at 73, it's a par 71 golf course. So I was 2 over. I'm very happy with that round. Golf course over there is fantastic shape. Easy to make putts on the greens. It's just a lot of fun to play. And hit it really solid and stuck to a game plan that I did.
Well, 73, I mean, you blew everybody away. I think that's a low round for touring both days.
Wow, that's shocking.
And after you know, a 73 on that course, I don't care what tees you're playing from, that's a heck of a
It is. It was. That's not an easy golf course. It really is. Like I said, I think I hit 15 out of 18 greens. I had 2 penalty pars where I hit it in the water and made par from that. Right, I made like a 40-footer on the 11th hole to save par from a penalty shot. So I had a little bit of luck in the round as well, but that's golf. There's golf. We got to have some luck. But other than that, though, it was pretty solid today.
Any birdies to pay off yesterday?
I did not. There was one big skin out yesterday, so
That's all right.
yeah.
Take the 73.
Take the 73 any day. Take the win and take the free entry into nationals.
Yes. So you come over here today. You know, you had a 5-stroke lead, and you shot 84 today to finish 1 stroke ahead of Sean Canick from Charleston. Tell me about the Ocean Point course and what was a little bit different for you there.
Did not hit it near as well as I did yesterday. Got off to a decent start. I started out par birdie bogey, so it was one even through 3, and then lights went out. I couldn't find my swing. I couldn't do anything right. I think I shot 43 on the back 9, and then I turned it around, shot 40 on the front. But I was really proud of the way I finished because I bogeyed 1, and I had 2, 3, and 4 left to play. 2's a long par 3. I missed it left. I hit a great chip up there to like that. I saved my par. Next hole, I made a great par, and the last hole is a par 5. I had like 40 yards in, and I hit it to 4 feet to make the birdie to win it because the gentleman behind me made par. So
How was that?
that's pretty awesome walk off. And then
Anytime you birdie the final hole to win for me, that's got to feel good.
it does. It really does. I mean, I was proud of that. I was really proud of me hanging in there, finishing the last 3 holes the way I did, because I looked at the leaderboard, and at that point, I was 1 behind, right? And so, it was fun. And I felt the pressure. It was fun to feel it, and I did it.
And that's really important. We talk a lot about that, especially when you come to regional. Single-day events are what they are, but when you come to regional, it's a 2-day event, and you got good competition. There are times you have to buckle down. You just showing that you can do that when you have to do that.
Yes, sir. 100%. It was a great time. I mean, I had an absolute blast. Can't thank the staff here at Fripp Island enough for what they did for us to host this. I know it's a lot of work for them since I work at a golf course, and we do this as well.
Exactly.
So I can't really thank the people here at Fripp for everything that they do for us. Dennis, everything that he does for us. He runs a great tour. I just love it. It's fun. It's competition, and I've still got the little jitters going from today, but it was a great night.
Well, Scott, congratulations on the win, and appreciate it. We'll see you around.
Thank you, sir.
We're back at the Ocean Point course with the B-Flight champion, Max Emerson from the Hilton Head Tour. So far, it's been the Hilton Head winners. Back at A-Flight, B-Flight. The Hilton Head's done well. Congratulations. You got a 4-stroke win over J.C. Moore of Hilton Head Tour. Tell me a little bit about yesterday over there at the Creek course.
Beautiful course. Greens just weren't rolling as fast as I looked. I had some struggles getting up and down. Putter finally get it up on the back 9. Started making some putts, and just kept getting up and down. Struggling off the box, but hitting greens and 2-putting. Made a couple birdies, I think, yesterday too. Maybe 2 or 3. But all around, just kind of kept my game pretty solid yesterday. Just tried to, like I said, up and down.
Then you had an eventful evening with your clubs.
Yeah.
What happened with your clubs?
Truck got towed yesterday. Had a little couple issues with that. And then left my clubs in the truck. Forgot about them. Went to the garage this morning. Grabbed out some of my dad's B790s. Taylor Midstell. Just kind of came out here today. Went on the range. Hit them for about an hour and a half. Tried to figure out distances. And hit flying on just about every G. And just... I actually played pretty well.
You shot 79 on the Ocean Point course, which is a tough course.
Yeah.
There's somebody else's clubs. That's a heck of a story right there.
I just came out today. I kind of just didn't care today. Just came out, just started swinging it. It just went where I was looking all day.
But maybe that's the moral of the story. Just don't care, and then it hit the ball.
Don't you apply too much pressure yourself. Make your reaction sport, and it's not as hard.
Yeah. So some of the guys that come up and congratulated for you. Say this is your home course. Is this your home course?
Yes, sir. My dad was the head pro out here for about 7 or 8 years. This kid. Yeah.
So you know these courses pretty well.
Yeah, I've known this course like a back of my hand.
So what's your best score on this course?
Best score on this course, I think is if you're cold. It's my clubs. I'm going to say 77 or 78. I'm not an under par type of guy. I couldn't B flight. But not having my clubs definitely made it interesting today.
Well, that's awesome, Max. Congratulations on the win today, and we'll see you real soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.
All right, welcome back to the Ocean Point course here at Fripp Island. We've got our Sea Flight winner, Eric Walker from the Charlotte Tour. It's funny, we got 2 Hilton Head winners, 2 Charlotte winners, and a Charleston winner. So I think Hilton Head and Charlotte really took over this weekend.
That's awesome.
Let's start with you and your round yesterday. You shot a 79, which wasn't the low round of the day for the Sea Flight, which is hard to believe. So walk us through the round.
It was ironically what I would call boring golf, old man golf. I had a lot of fairways. The driver was working really well. Wasn't hitting it long, but I was hitting it pretty straight, and it made for a little less stressful round.
Right.
And front 9 was a little more. I had a double and some bogeys, and it was a little more kind of getting things going. Mm-hmm. And then the back 9, I got on a string of about probably the last 7 of the last 8 holes where I hit fairways and hit greens. But here was the key: I had a lot of 40-foot putts, 30-foot putts, and I 2-putted all of them.
Okay, that's first off, that's huge at that course. That is huge at that course.
So I had a lot of. I don't remember how many. I think I had 30 or 31 putts, which is good. Mm-hmm. But I had a lot of 2 putts from long range, which wasn't like I was hitting great greens in regulation. They were just barely greens in regulation, but I was salvaging pars on some of those. That little streak in there is what got me there. I think I had a sand save, which is unusual. Made about a 10 or 12 foot sand save putt and about a 20 or 30 foot putt on 9 for par. Okay. So just some things kind of fell into place to put it all together.
But you did have some trouble yesterday.
Yeah. So number 2, I think it was number 2. Because number 1 goes down along the range. Number 2 coming the other way, I had pulled a drive left and thought it might have clipped a tree. And our other 2 partners in the other cart drove over to a ball, and they pointed down. They said, "Here's yours right here." And it was an AVX, just like I hit, but all I could see was the AVX mark. And I just said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It was on the same line, and I go over and I hit the ball. At that point, it was going to have to be a layup, by the way, because it was short. I thought my ball went further than that. Well, it wasn't, and I hit, I don't know, like a 7-iron or something back toward the middle of the fairway, and then we go another 50, 60 yards up. Somebody says, well, here's an AVX with 3 black dots, and it was mine. So I knew the rule because it had happened a couple weeks ago in the tournament in my group. And the rule is you have to go back and you have to play the proper ball from the proper location, and it's a 2-stroke penalty. Right. So oddly enough, once I found my ball, I made a really good. It was one where you have to carry the water on the approach, and I hit us like a 6-iron over the water, 2-putted for what would have been a par, and ended up with a double. So it was one of the best rounds I've had in 3 years on Golf Week, and everything fell into place.
Yeah, 79 really could have been a 77, which is.
Easily my best round ever in tournament play like that.
And to have it at a regional and to have it at that course, which I think is, my opinion, that course is tougher than the point course we played today. I know other people have talked to that disagree with that, but that's either way, 79 on that course is really good.
Yeah, I was really tickled with it, and like I said, not the back 9, it was really the front 9 for us, but the last 9 for us. Things were just clicking, it sometimes does. So it was a good round. It made the difference because I didn't have my same game today.
Well, you shot 85 today, which I think turns out to be the low round for the flight today. And you were paired with Tyler Bennett from the Atlanta Tour. You won by 6 over him, and he shot 78 yesterday. So you guys were, as I was watching scores, you guys were battling for the front 9. For the first 9, let's just put it that way, and then you kind of pulled away. Yeah. So tell me about today.
Well,
hold on a second.
real quick. Poke your head in here real quick. Sorry, I know this is unconventional, but we only do it for this man right here.
It's very unconventional right now.
John's good seeing you.
Good seeing you guys too. What a great tournament. I'm sorry to jump in.
Happy to have you come in.
Great tournament, Fripp Island. I'm coming back next year. I didn't play well, but I never do. But I love seeing everybody, and it was a great weekend.
It was.
Good seeing you
Good
guys.
seeing you.
You asked about today's round.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to add about Creek, I hit a little bit of a sort of a pull or draw, and I thought Creek, it seemed like all of those approaches it's set up for that. Here it seemed the opposite. A lot of times it called for a cut or something. But I struggled with the driver. I didn't miss the fairways into the junk and the hazards and things, but I was in the rough most of the day. I probably didn't hit 4 or 5 fairways.
Wow.
But I still got it close to the green, and my chipping and putting is what kept it together.
That's awesome.
And I lean on my short game all the time. I'm
Well,
a senior tour guy, and that's the only way I can
that's-
hang with the older guys, the younger guys.
But that's what I tell people all the time. I don't play nearly as much as I used to, but I was the same way.
Yeah.
Didn't hit the ball far, but I would get close to the green and chipping and putting, and that's what kept my scores down. So, that's what you have to do. I mean,
you mentioned the Tyler guy, and I'm going to call him a kid. He's only 20 years old.
Yeah,
he was in my cart with him, and he's a good kid, and he played really well in the front nine, and as young guys will do, he kind of got frustrated mid-round. But I think that frustrated because he'd be 30 yards past me, and then I would get up and down when he would two-putt for par, and it comes out the same on the scorecard, but it didn't look the same the way it was done. So.
And that's the other thing too. When you talk about handicap, right? I mean, you say you're older, and you know, a lot of times older guys will say, "Well, I can't compete because I can't hit as far." But well, a 14 handicap is a 14 handicap. How you get to your 14 is different. How I get to my 14. So you got to play to your game and not worry about how your competitors hit or what they're hitting or anything else. You play the way you get low scores, not the way other people get low scores.
And I'll add too that. Pardon me. I had at least, I think, 4 holes where I did hit it either, you know, in the trouble where I had to punch out or in a hazard, and I never lost my composure. I normally do sometimes, but today I was like, okay, put it back in the middle of the fairway, try to get up and down for a bogey or whatever, and I knew in our flight that if I could hold that together and never, you know, not go above double, it'd be okay. I had 1 triple on 18, but everything else was salvaging a lot of bogeys and pars here and there. So.
And that's key. But Eric, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you in Hilton Head.
Yeah, we appreciate you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Take care now.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're back at the Ocean Point course with the D-Flay champion, Jonathan Blackwell from the Charleston Tour. Jonathan, congratulations on the win this weekend, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Let's start with the 83 yesterday. Is that best round ever, right? Best round ever. Congratulations, man. In the regional tournament on that course, that's a really tough course.
It's a tough course. Today's course, having played tough. Yesterday's course was a tough course and really tight. Just hit the ball really well yesterday. Putts, fails, no negative the holes.
So walk me through some of your good shots yesterday. You were, obviously, talking to the Champlain player a bit ago. So there's always some luck involved. Talk to me about some of the holes yesterday that you felt really good after, whether it was luck or whether you did what you wanted to involve.
I had 3 full of putts that were somewhere between 16, 20, 22 foot. Rolled it really well, just trying to get it close, so all time the hole. Short game was really good yesterday. You both chipped up and left yourself really short close today. I want to know what 83, I guess.
You walk away with any skin money?
No skin money this
That's
weekend.
right. That's right. 83 is 83.
Yes.
So you come over here today, and you had a really good lead, the 10-stroke lead. You ended up winning by 11 over Ted Deese, also from the Charleston Tour. Tell me about the round today.
So again, round today, of course, do it from super tight, and a lot more water on this course. Wind played a little bit of a factor today. Just pushed the ball around, or I didn't hit my driver the way I did yesterday, and the putts that failed yesterday and let them either short or lift them out. So, like I said, it was still a good round. Enjoyed myself. Like I said, I had a great time down this weekend for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, you still kept pace with with your lead. Like I said, you had 10-stroke lead at the end of the day and won by 11. So, you did what you needed to do, and that's all really matters. Well, Jonathan, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you in Hilton Head.
Appreciate it. Bye, buddy. Take care, bud. Thank you.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Chris, again, I said it at the opening, and I said it, a couple times in interviewing these players, the winners from Fripp. If you like Hilton Head, you're going to love Fripp, and you really need to get there. It's beautiful. It's laid back. The courses are in phenomenal shape, and they treat you really well. And I would say, and again, I said this before, but I tell people, or we tell people a lot, that you have to get to this regional, you have to get to that regional, and it's true. But this is when you really have to get to as well, because with having these regionals all over the country, if you go to them, you're going to play a little bit different style of golf.
Right.
Right. So like last year when we were in Louisiana, that course was a phenomenal course.
Right.
A little bit different than the week before when we were up in Michigan.
Yes.
Which again, and the Scottsdale courses are different from them. So, and you've been up to Buffalo Ridge. Those courses are a little bit different. So, if you can get out and play some of these courses, in different parts of the country, you're going to see some really good quality golf courses all over the place.
No, I completely agree. Me being able to play these courses, you have to learn green tendencies.
Yeah.
The greens here in El Paso and in Arizona, you don't have to worry much about the grain. You go up to Michigan, Big Cedar, you got to worry about the grain. You go to Louisiana, you got to calculate the humidity within your shot, because it's going to come up short if you don't do that. Even going to Hilton Head, I had to learn how to adjust my yardage to sea level.
Right.
So it makes, I think this is, one of the only games where you have to actually take into consideration where you're at. Like, you can go play basketball in any arena and the ball's going to bounce the same and the court's going to be the same, typically the same type of wood.
Right.
Football, I think the only thing you have to worry about is altitude, how you're going to breathe and such like that. But here there's a lot of calculation that is involved where you're at. If you're not used to hitting trees and you're in the trees, what are you going to do then?
Exactly.
If you're not used to hitting in the desert and you're walking in there and you hear something move in the bushes, how quickly can you run out of that desert? It makes you think, and like you said, you could put the schedule of regionals up on a wall and throw a dart at it, and wherever that dart lands is going to be a great event.
Right.
And great courses and a fun time. And I think that's what's great, not only for our regional schedule, but also for the tour, is you could do the same thing and throw a dart to any tour.
Yeah.
And you'll meet great people.
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned and brought up Matt and the quality of courses they've got up there. I mean, you'd be surprised at some of these courses. When I was in the Midwest, running St. Louis and Chicago and Milwaukee, I mean, it was every week going to a really, really, really good course. That again are different based on the regions, but when you look at Minnesota and Michigan and Wisconsin as for example, the plushness and the greenness of the grass and the vegetation, when you only have a few months out there, it really is incredible, and it's pretty and really good courses. So get out there, guys, get out there. Travel, go play in some of these other tours and these regionals.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great time. I'm one that will quickly be on a flight if I could to play in events. And the good thing about Fripp is it's not in the cold time of the year, so maybe my traveling group will consider that one, because apparently Ohio is too cold for them.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
but it is what it is.
And no, it was not too cold. I mean, it was hot, but I mean, it was bearable. I wouldn't say it was too hot. When Jr. was there and we got him in on that one interview, again, it's always good seeing Jr. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you run into him at Stu Subs, which I haven't yet, or you run into him at a golf tournament, what have you. I mean, Jr. always has a smile on his face, is always willing to talk and spend some time with you and chat, and it's guys like that are just make this tour so daggone special.
Yeah, every tour has a JR. I guarantee you.
Yeah. So get out there and play, and you and I over, it's June 30th. Over the next 30 some days, you and I have got, our schedules are packed.
Yeah. Yeah, jam packed.
Jam packed full of golf stuff, family stuff, personal stuff. If you thought the season's going by quick, I'm hoping this month for some things goes by really quick, and for other things I hope it takes forever. Like I'm sure when you're in Hawaii here in a couple of weeks, you're not hoping that it goes by quick. You're hoping that you can stay and you can enjoy some of those times and it doesn't fly by.
For sure. I mean, I can't wait. We're all excited for it. We just found out. Well, I just found out. My wife probably knew that we get back on a weekend, and then that Monday my kids go back to school, and they just found out, and they're like, "No, we want to stay in Hawaii. Don't send us back to school."
Oh my God.
They're definitely gonna be wanting it to go slow, but it's gonna be a good time out there, and I can't wait. And then the season, you got 2 months left of the season, and then it's nationals and the page and start again.
Yeah, but before you even get to Hawaii, you got another trip to
Arizona.
Yep,
for our dual event at Tubac. See, you make me think about it now.
See,
Tubac, Arizona for 4th of July weekend. My home away from home. Love that course. Like Kurt said earlier, it just fits my eye, fits my swing path, and I've won there a handful of times, so can't wait to go back.
Yeah, and I know you and the family like going up there. It's peaceful. It's a lot of those other things that we get from golf that just kind of centers you and brings you back to some peacefulness and some reality.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody needs a reset every now and then. Life is not easy, and there's bumps in the road all the time. Some that you expect, some that you don't, and it's just nice to go and have a reset, spend some time with your family, and not have to worry about what's going on in the world.
Yeah, and with that, I know you got a lot going on, and I know why you made that switch. I just like giving you shit about it. But if you're going to be in a playoff, I don't care. You need to win the playoff.
All right, for all the listeners,
that's my point, right?
No, I get it. For all the listeners, I know I was really excited to be in a flight, and I know my game can compete in that flight, but like I mentioned, things happen in life, and I had to put golf on not even the back burner. I had to put them in the fridge and let them marinate there. And it got to the point where golf was just show up, hit a ball around the course, and put the clubs back in the trunk. Like, I don't think I broke 90 all year long. So I did the thing that I thought was right, stepped down to B flight, went up to Sedona, and I can guarantee you all of Arizona's tour gave me crap about it. Because that's just,
I can only imagine.
They're the little brother, and they have to give you shit. But honestly, Tim, it was probably 2 of the best rounds I've had in a long time. That's including nationals that last year, how well I did. Just because I felt at peace. Like Kurt said, you just zone out. And every shot was I was hitting great. Every putt was by the hole or in the hole. Just having such a great time. Groups I was with was having such a great time. didn't even realize how close I was in the leaderboard till after day one. And then on day two, I knew something was brewing because I was leading our group and we were the group of leaders. If I knew something was going on, and when I tell you the nerves of being in contention, they are real, and I haven't felt them in a long time. Shaking for 4 holes, man. Knew I was beating my group, but didn't realize that the groups behind us were also making a run at it, and took my eye off it, and guy caught up. We tied, went to a playoff, and shaking like a leaf on that first tee. Lost in the playoff, but I was still happy with the way it turned out because it was still 2 good rounds of golf. I think both rounds
Right.
I was 90+% in the fairway and like
Okay.
60+% greens in reg. So there was good shots that I was hitting, and I felt comfortable.
Well, that's good. That's good. And like I said again, I know why you did it. I just like giving you shit
I know.
about it. And again, if you're gonna do it, you just gotta win the playoff. That's the problem. I mean,
You know,
you gotta,
and now I know. So when I go to Tubok, there won't be a playoff because I'll just claim it on all
just
2 days.
just just put them away on Saturday.
Right. I might as well at that point.
Just put it away on Saturday. You'd be good. You'd be good. Oh my goodness gracious! But again, so much stuff going on. I love Fripp. I'm hoping to get to the Blacksburg Regional, and that is now up in the air. I thought for sure I was going to go, and again, some family stuff has happened, and that literally I just found out right before we started recording this, and that's going to throw the travel schedule off again. So we'll see what happens, but it is what it is.
No, I mean, one thing I learned from this journey, you got to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
And make sure that your togetherness is there with you, your
Mhm.
family, whatever's got going on. Golf will always be there.
Yep.
And if you're not enjoying your game and you're getting more upset than you are having fun, it's not good. It's not good for
Right.
for yourself. And I learned that real quick. And now, anytime anyone comes and talks to me about moving down, I want to hear them out because before it'd be quick to be like, no, you don't need to move down. You're good. But it was a good learning moment for me.
Well, I'm glad you learned something from it, and the other piece to that is, especially you as a tour director, your players can sense it too, right? Your
Right.
players can sense that you're not having fun, that you're not happy. And I'm not saying that you were going through the motions as a tour director. You were going through the motions of playing golf,
Right.
and there's a difference there, and I'm sure that they could feel that something was going on, and that you were distracted. So, and again, it is that is what it is, and there are other more important things in life than
Right.
playing golf. And as we're coming up over the next couple of weeks, we talk a little about the holidays. July 4th is obviously coming up. I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not going to tell anybody what all the details on it. It's not my story to tell, but July 9th is a big day, and we need to make sure that we are
Sending positive vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
For
I
sure.
mean, it's a big month for not just you and me, but for a lot of tours around the
Yeah.
country. We
Mhm.
a lot of regionals going on. Arizona they're doing, and I'm gonna put this out there now for them. Gabe doesn't know I'm doing this, but they're doing their yearly fundraiser for the V Foundation, and
Okay,
every
good.
year they raise. I mean, there are top raisers, on tour. But they do what a silent auction, which I think is kind of cool with a bunch of different trips. I mean, they got Myrtle Beach trip out on there, Raven Golf Club, Ritz Carlton Golf Club, Orlando.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of different things on there, and they're raising money. Obviously for V Foundation, they've already hit 35% of their goal of 10 grand, which ends July 6th. So
Do they have a link on the website for that, or?
I don't know on his website. I know I'll send it to you and you can put it in the show notes. But if anyone's listening, it's 32auctions.com/Guat V Foundation. In case anyone's interested, or definitely reach out to me or Gabe, the Arizona director. We can get you that link. It does end July 6th, so we have, once this episode goes off, we got 6 days.
6 days.
But I mean, there's 150 different items to bet on, or you can buy now. And he even got, where we just played Seven Canyons, a twosome out there, and it's already got 7 bids. And honestly, it's a priceless. If you can get it, good, congratulations, because it is priceless. They don't let anybody on that course. I'm surprised we got on there, to be honest with you.
Well, make sure you send me that link, and I will put it in the show notes, and maybe we can get it posted on Facebook and some of the other social media sites as well, and get some movement on that.
Yeah, and I mean, again, there's things all over. They got some in Benton Harbin, Michigan. They got an Ireland trip in case you want to go out to Ireland. One in Hawaii, 4-night stay in Hawaii, California, you name it. Pawleys Island, South Carolina. You know where that's at?
Yeah, it's just outside Myrtle Beach.
True Blue Golf Club foursome.
Yep.
So,
we as, and I say we, I mean that as a tour, we're on those courses all the time.
Cool. So yeah, check it out. Stuff. I mean, but like I said, there's always all these things that are happening around the tour, that anyone can be a part of.
Let's go ahead and get that link out and get people spend some money and raising some money for the V Foundation.
Yes, definitely.
And I know we talk about this every week too. We've got our raffle for irons. Make sure you Venmo me at Tim NATC for the Strixon irons. I meant to ask Kurt what he's playing.
That could have been good or bad depending on what he's playing.
Oh man, oh boy. Well, I guess at least he brought his clubs. He didn't pull a Roger, and he didn't have his car towed and had to piecemeal set of clubs together. So
right. I mean, I think at that point you're a little more cautious of where your clubs are when you're shooting 60s and just brushing them off like it's another day out there on the course.
Exactly. All right, bud. Well, it's good seeing you again, and we'll I guess we'll catch up one more time before
I'm gone.
I said before like I'm going to Hawaii with you.
Right. No, I've already told my tour I haven't told them about that, but I'm off the grid while we're at Tubac. But I will definitely be off the grid while I'm in Hawaii and let my assistants take over.
Hey, how many guys did you go on to Tubac?
Last I checked, we're about 25 to 30, so about half the field.
That's pretty good.
I'm telling you, man, it's a fun time. It's just fun because of the atmosphere, honestly. Everybody's walking around, you're all either at the pool or you're just taking a walk around the property. I'll go spend an hour and a half on the short game area, just music blaring and having a good time.
Well, you enjoy it. Enjoy the time with the family, and we'll talk to you again here real soon.
Yes, sir. You be safe.
Bye-bye. All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode. But Chris, after all this time, you would think we would remember this stuff.
We forgot to tell people how to register, didn't we?
Yep. Take it away.
Well, if you're not already part of the Golf Week Amateur Tour, what are you waiting for? Grab your clubs, join the fun, and see what competitive golf is all about. You can sign up today and start meeting some incredible folks who love the game as much as you do.
All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying the podcast, you can catch us on all of the major podcast platforms. Be sure to download, share it with your golf buddies, and throw us a quick review if you're feeling the love. It helps us keep bringing you the good stuff and reaching even more golfers out there. Thanks for hanging with us, and until next time, keep swinging and having fun out there.
We'll see you next time. Take care.